excited to invite Shoshana Azran to come up and speak. Not intimidating at all.
Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, to brainstorm something that I like to say, but I wanted to say that when I was looking at everything and coming up with the topic, I saw that tonight is the Rosh Rabbeinu Asher's yahrzeit. He's someone big in Jewish history, and he's commented on pretty much all the Gemara, and I just, also are learning, should be for his yahrzeit as well. He was an Ashkenazi and Sephardi Jewry, and he's practical halacha on like everything in the Gemara. So I've heard his name. I don't know if anyone else has heard his name. For sure, a bunch of people. His son was the Torah. So I just wanted to bring that up because I like remembering big rabbis. So, okay, I'm going to talk about Lech Lecha. I have just 3 aspects of one of the passages I want to talk about. And so what I found was interesting is that we've all heard that we're compared to Kechol al Sfat Hayam, Kafar Haaretz, and Kechol Chafei Hashamayim. So we're compared to the sand on the seashore, the dirt on the land, and the stars in heaven. So obviously we ask, like, why were we compared to all these different things? These are vastly different things. I can ask my 4-year-old and he'll say, well, sand, stars, those are complete, they'll know, those are complete opposites. So we were kind of, me and my husband were kind of like, okay, what's going on here? And get his perspective on this. So the first thing we came up with is basically when you think of sand or you think of dirt, it's very lowly, it's very, it's something rough, it's granular, it's physical, it's like the lowest thing we walk on. We walk on the dirt or the sand. So you have that aspect. And then when you think of the stars, it's something high, bright, spiritual. I was looking up, what exactly the stars are, what is their essence. And I found that it's not physical, it's not liquid, it's kind of a gaseous substance. It's something spiritual, it's something in the heavens, something almost like in the neshama, something totally different. So you have these 2 complete opposites. Now one of the understandings we were looking into is that, was that Kechovei Hashamayim, that you should be like the stars in the sky, is that, when you think of a star, the first thing I always think of is Shabbos, right? Because Motzei Shabbos, you're looking for the 3 or the 4 stars, you're going out, you're walking with your kids or something, and you're like, oh, where's the star? In the olden days, we did that before we had the calendars. So you would say, like, I'd look at my kid and I'd be like, where's that star? And I see it, it's that little thing, and now it's getting brighter, So they're very unique, they're very bright, there's something special and extraordinary, breathtaking, right? There's something huge. And I understood that as our potential as Jews. We have this insane potential, and we could be great. We could each be like a star. We can, if we shine our light, if we do something great with our, God-given strengths, then we can be like the stars. Each and every one of us. We just have to kind of believe in what we are given. Now, on the other side, you have the sand, which is kind of the opposite. So what are we trying to prove? That we're like sand or we're like earth, right? So Rav Jonathan Sachs says that this is more of a collective understanding. You don't look at one grain of sand or one piece of dirt, that's insignificant almost. You have to have an entire amount of sand to, make a seashore. You have to have a huge amount of earth to make, a road or something to walk on. So if we have if we have a huge amount of sand, then we can stop a wave. If we have a huge amount of ground, then we can create something that people can walk over. So this is our collective potential, that we can't just be one grain of sand or one piece of earth. We have to be everything. There's no sense of it's just me. There's something called, our national identity and our collective, goals. And we're not just one star. We're still among each, all together. And that's what makes us great. Okay, I have one last point. I'm sorry, I'm taking too long. And this is my favorite, actually. So there's the concept of, we learned about creation, 2 weeks ago, right? So we were created, there were all these trees and earth and mountains and stars and skies, and everything was created, right? And humans. And when we think about earth, we think about, we're humble, we're created from dirt, we're created from dust, we're going to go back to dust. We're this humble being. We're not really, we're significant, but we're not everything. We have to kind of be subdued and be humble and, kind of be to ourselves. Who am I, right? Why was I created? I'm this lowly person, kind of like Moshe. We're just, we're not everything. We're just a part of creation. So we have that side. And then the star would be the opposite side, right? You have this concept, in Musar Sefers that the world was created for me. God wanted to bestow this greatness on me, and I am the reason God was created, to give goodness, to give kindness, to do all these things. So you have this dichotomy which really doesn't work together. Are we supposed to be this humble, lowly, careful nation where we have to be careful about our settings, we have to be careful about what we say, we have to, walk kind of like with our heads down? Or are we this nation where we're like, no, we can do it, we're going to walk in the room and, we're going to conquer the world? So which is it, right? And as any Jew knows, when you ask a question, they're going to answer you with a question, right? So I'm going to give you a different question, which is actually my husband, Ophir, he explained it this way, because I said, we can't just, it's not an easy balance, it's a hard question. So he said, look, when everybody talks about Har Sinai, right, everyone says, we have this little mountain and this cute story, and basically the reason it was given on this small mountain is because we're supposed to be humble, like Har Sinai, right? And he said, well, if that's the case, then, I have a question on that, I have a kasha. Why is it that it wasn't in a valley? Like, why wasn't it in some, lower region? Why was it a mountain in the first place? If Hashem wants to make his point, he could do it in the biggest valley in the world, right? A crater or something like that. So he says, look, we are lowly. We are on this lowly mountain, and we have to be humble and be respectful as, God's nation. But we also have to know that we're still a mountain. We're Jews, and we're a mountain, and, we have Jewish pride. We can conquer anything, and we have huge potential. We're the light unto the nations. We're supposed to be that star, that greatness, and, we can never, ever forget that we're the mountain, but you know what? We're humble, but at the same time, we have to balance the mountain and never, ever forget the mountain side of it, because that's very, very, very important. And that's all I wanted to say. So thank you for listening.